and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In case this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Lesley. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags. I seem to have a soft spot for those, but I cover a wide range of topics. I film unboxings, reviews. Somewhat recently I posted my updated luxury handbag collection video, so check that out in case you're interested. Shopping vlogs, travel vlogs and all that good stuff, so if that sounds like your thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing. And obviously, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Your support really does mean a lot to me. Anyway, so today's video is not so much a tag. I don't know if it's a tag. Hey, like maybe let's turn it into one. I'm going to tag a couple of people in the description box below, but regardless of whether I'm gonna tag you or not, consider yourselves tagged. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, just like comment your thoughts below. But I've talked a lot and I haven't even like introduced the concept of today's video. So the premise of today's video is basically going through your collection and figuring out which of the bags in your collection you're not alone on owning. Realistically, I won't be alone on owning any of the bags in my collection, but I decided to focus on 5 that I know for a fact there are fellow creators out there that have the exact same bag. So I guess let's get into it. Bag number 1 is gonna be my Balenciaga Le 10. This is the only Balenciaga bag left in my collection. I used to own a like bright purple, I think it was called ultraviolet, and the color description definitely matched what the color looked like. I did used to own a Balenciaga City, but I decided to let that one go. But this is the other Balenciaga remaining in my collection. This is the Balenciaga Le 10 in this like marble design. And not only am I, somewhat twinning with Catherine from KW Shops. I've actually been inspired by her owning this bag way before I ended up purchasing it. And yeah, I made it my mission to hunt this one down. She owns it, not the exact one, she owns the bigger size, but in this colorway. So I think I can get away with saying that we're twinning, and I've never seen anyone else carry this out in the wild, if you will, or even like show on Instagram or YouTube. By the way, everyone that I'm going to mention in this video will be linked in the description box below, so check them out and show them some love. But yeah, this is the first bag that I know for a fact that I'm twinning with a fellow creator on. The next bag that I want to talk about is my Birkin 35 in Etoupe Togo leather with gold hardware. So here's the funny thing, right? I thought, or like I was of the impression that for Hermes standards, being very clear there, obviously this is not like a bag that you see everywhere and everyone carrying, but like for Hermes standards, I thought my specs of my Birkin were on the more like standard size. So I was like, yeah, for sure, Claire Chanel will own one, or if she doesn't own the specific bag, definitely Tamara, is she called like Tamara Kalinic? She has an Instagram and she has a YouTube as well, Claire Chanel as well. Again, everyone will be linked below. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Je suis lourd. I thought the specs of my Birkin were so classic that tons of people had it. Turns out either I'm really bad at researching or it's not that common. Different story about the 30 and the 25, but the 35 in this exact specs, I know of one fellow creator. It's actually a creator double that own this bag, and that's Carlo and Seb, I think. And if I remember correctly, they got it in Paris at the, I think, the Sèvres boutique. So not the flagship boutique at Rue Faubourg Saint-Honoré, but Sèvres. And the Sèvres boutique is stunning from the inside. Like the architecture and like lots of beams of wood, like such a warm feeling boutique, despite the ceiling height being super high, because that building actually used to be like a public pool, I think. Anyway, I digress. So they got theirs, I think, at the Sèvres boutique without an appointment, just like on a walk-in basis. Apparently that's the thing, and I think that happened in like March, April this year. I'll leave their videos linked in the description box below. I wasn't aware that getting a quarter bag without an appointment in one of the Paris boutiques was still an option, but apparently it is. So we're twinning on this gorgeous bag. And by the fact that I don't have the felt protector on it, you may be able to tell that I actually wore this bag. Which you'd be like, duh, obviously, like, wear your Birkin. But if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that it's not like the easiest grab and go bag for me. I'm working on being able to carry it more often, but it's a process. Anyway, next off is another bag that I'm not only twinning with a fellow creator on, but one bag that was actually inspired by the creator that I'm twinning on with this bag. And this is my Ferragamo Studio bag in this floral pattern. I adore this bag. Oh god, look at, yeah, maybe if my cardigan was a solid color, but yeah, there's a lot going on. But anyway, this bag is stunning. I fell in love with the pattern and runs throughout the entire bag, and the studio bag has tons of feet on the bottom, so I have zero issues with putting my studio bag on the ground. I try not to, but I don't have any issues with doing it if need be, because it's very well protected. How many studs do we have? Like 11 or something like that. Anyway, I talked a lot about the studio bag, and I haven't even told you who I'm twinning on with this bag, and that's Claire Banks. I think in my luxury handbag collection video I mentioned for some reason that I wasn't able to find neither her Instagram nor her YouTube. Instagram I haven't checked, but YouTube is definitely either up again or has never been gone, and I just like didn't look properly, so I'll leave her linked below as well, but she hasn't uploaded like in a year or so. But yeah, she unboxed this bag. She got it from her fiance or like her boyfriend at the time. But anyway, so adore this bag. This brings me so much joy, and it surprisingly goes with a lot of outfits. Generally, I try to dress on the more like plain side when it comes to colors, usually like black and white or like beige. Beige actually works even better because the base of the bag is like a beige. But yeah, it goes with a lot and I adore it. This bag makes me so happy, but yeah, there's that. Next off, let's talk about my Polène Numéro Neuf in the mini size. I just like stuffed the shoulder strap on there. Actually, you're able to detach the shoulder strap, but it's not the easiest. It doesn't come with like clasp or anything. You have to like weave the leather strap through the D-ring. So I just like stuff it in there, and generally I'm good with that. So the creator that I'm twinning with this bag on, obviously as with most of my bags, as I said, chances are there will be way more than just one creator, but I decided to stick to one per bag, is Isabelle Style. And I think she somewhat recently posted like a review. I have yet to watch that, but I know for a fact that she owns this exact one. So the color is taupe, and I've been asked that a couple of times on my Instagram as well. By the way, follow me over there. It's Lesley Adina, like all spelled together. I've been asked numerous times about the name of the color. I double checked on the receipt and it says taupe, so there's that. I think the camera is washing out the color a little bit. It's a little darker than that, and just like to compare, where did my Birkin go? Yeah, the Etoupe is way, not way darker, but definitely darker than the taupe. And the last bag that I want to talk about is, I think out of frame, but let me grab her. It's my Pochette Métis. I think, unless Lisa has gotten rid of her Pochette Métis, I think Lisa and I are twinning on this one, and I might actually have been the creator she mentioned in her video last year when she talked about the handbag twins. So yeah, I think we're still twinning on this. She may have gotten rid of hers, I don't know. I'm actually somewhat-ish considering selling this because I can't recall the last time I wore this. Actually, I talked about that and a couple of other bags that I'm not wearing anymore or I have to really push myself to wear, and the couple of bags that I recently sold, so I'll leave that linked up here, I think. So I don't know, we might still be twinning on the Pochette Métis. If it's not Lisa, there are definitely dozens of other people that own the Pochette Métis, but I feel like not a lot of people wear that anymore. Let me know if that's just like my perception. But yeah, there's my Pochette Métis. It's actually one of my last monogram canvas pieces in my collection. Let me, yeah, you can't really see. Let me grab her. So I think those two plus my pochette accessoire, like a very vintage one, are my last two monogram canvas pieces. And I actually got rid of all of my damier ebene pieces. Granted, I only had two handbags that is in damier ebene. I still own a pochette clé. One of them was my Speedy 35 bandolier. I've sold that a couple of years ago, and somewhat more recently, I think like towards the beginning of this year, or was it last year? Actually don't recall, and I haven't missed her a single day, is my Neverfull, the GM size, also in the damier ebene. I don't know, it's just like my taste changed, I guess, and maybe my taste changed to the extent that, should I let this go? I don't know. Anyway, not the purpose or the premise of this video, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. As I said, like, should we turn this into a tag? If it's not a tag already, I don't want to like claim anyone's ideas. Obviously, I've been inspired to film this video by Lisa, and maybe she was inspired to film that video by somebody else, who knows, but if it's not a tag yet, I'm just gonna like start it and tag a couple of creators in the description box below and over on Instagram probably, because chances are like If someone tags me on YouTube, it's a little hard to find. So pop on over to Instagram. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, definitely let me know if maybe like we're twinning on one of the bags that I have in my collection. If you haven't checked out my full like handbag collection yet, do that and maybe come back to this video and let me know if we're twinning on any one of those bags. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I said, consider subscribing. That would mean so much to me. Give it a thumbs up and I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Bye.